What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about all different kinds of silver: 40%, 90%, 3 nines, 4 nines, coins, rounds, bars, generics, collectibles, numismatics, because at the end of the day, silver is silver. But really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there. Go check it out. The link will be in the description. Trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, and we're just about there. And if you want to help support the channel by getting some DYDSS merchandise, of course we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies, which are up for grabs, along with a ton of other products: t-shirts, hoodies, even stickers, many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. But today I have a little bit of everything sitting in front of me. We have some 40% over here on the left. We have some 65s, 6, 7, and 8 Kennedy half dollars. Those are 40%. Right down here we have some 90% Peace dollars, Morgan dollars, some Mercury Dimes, some Roosevelt dimes. Over here, right next to it, we have some generic silver bars and a round. Over here on the right side, we have a bunch of different types of coins, some of which have a higher dollar amount because they are collectible or whatever the case may be. So I want to talk about a little bit of everything today, and the reason for that is because in recent videos, I briefly mentioned it in yesterday's video, how at the end of the day, silver is silver, so maybe it's time to be a little less picky. And I want to talk a little bit about my experience with all these things and which ones I prefer over the other ones, and really at the end of the day, trying to get the most bang for my buck, the most money for my currency, because at the end of the day, I'm not a collector. At the end of the day, I'm not doing anything besides trying to save money. So if I could save some currency while converting that currency into money, and then have a little bit of currency left over to later convert into even more money, that's what I'm going to try to do. So this is coming from the perspective of someone who's stacking mostly for weight. But like I said, silver is silver. If I can get a deal, or if I stumble upon something, I'm not going to turn my back on it. Silver is silver. So first thing I want to talk about are these 40% silver half dollars. Everything pre-65 is 90% silver, but these right here, these 65s, 6, 7s, and 8s are all 40% silver. Now, I've never been that big of a fan of 40% silver. I think 90% is a lot easier to work with, and truth be told, I think pure silver is even easier to work with. But when it comes to silver on a fractional level, I've always appreciated this right here because it gives you a way of being able to break an ounce. I talk about this a lot, so I'm going to run through the 90% and the 40% relatively quickly, but I've always viewed it as fractional silver. They are US silver coins on a fractional level, and more specifically when it comes to 90% silver, which is my preference between the two, 40 and 90, I prefer 90 because it's easier to work with. You know that 14 silver dimes equate to a troy ounce of silver, so each one's about 1/14 of an ounce. You know that 6 silver quarters equate to about a troy ounce of silver, so each silver quarter is about 1/6 of an ounce of silver. And then when it comes to 90% silver half dollars, 3 of them equate to about a troy ounce of silver. So they're easy to work with, in my opinion and from my perspective. And 40%, I never really got into it. I have these right here. I did not convert my dollars into them. I actually stumbled upon them. I was doing work on a house, and the homeowners removed everything that they were keeping, and they had a bunch of stuff laying around that they said they didn't want. It was either going to get thrown out or donated or sold, and they said if I stumble upon anything that I want, I can hang on to it. And I found a small coin pouch with all of these 40% silver half dollars, along with a couple 90% silver half dollars. And I figured, at the end of the day, silver is silver. I'm not that big of a fan of 40%, but guess what? They're free. Guess what? I'm taking them. So that's how I came across these 40% silver half dollars over here on the left side. And then moving over to 90%, these right here are just a couple that I've picked up this month so far. It's labeled Q3 the third quarter of the year. I labeled it that just so I can keep track of how much silver I was able to get for 10% cash back, because third quarter of the year I get 10% cash back. So I have them in this little package right here. A couple Roosevelt dimes and Mercury dimes, not all that much, and this isn't all of it, by the way. This is just some of what I've gotten so far, and I plan on getting a whole lot more over the next couple of weeks and all of August and September as well. So that right there, that 90%, that's my preference when it comes to constitutional silver or junk silver or whatever you want to call it, not pure silver. And then down here, we have a Morgan dollar, a peace dollar. Now, I brought these out because they are, in fact, junk silver, but at the same time, these carry a much higher fiat price tag, if that makes sense. They have that numismatic value. I remember seeing these on eBay for, I don't know, maybe closer to $30, $35. These, a lot of people prefer. These are some of people's favorite junk silver coin. I think they're cool. I think they're awesome, but I do not stack them because of that high dollar bill price tag. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm trying to get the most money for my currency, so no, I am not going to be converting my dollars into a piece of silver that carries a significantly higher premium than this right here or that right there or these over here. So moving on over a little bit more to the right, we have a little bit of generic silver. We have a 1 ounce, a 1 troy ounce, 3/9 fine piece of silver, just a simple bar, an American flag bar, which I'm very proud of because I'm fortunate and blessed and lucky enough to be an American, so I always like to show off this little bar right here. But I also have some sunshine rounds and bars. Now this is a 1/2 ouncer right here, and it's sitting on top of a 10 ounce silver bar. So this is the largest denomination I'm personally willing to go, and this is smaller than I'm typically willing to go. I just ended up getting a really good deal on this right here. I really do not stack fractional rounds and bars, but I was able to get this for a great, fantastic dollar bill price tag. So I went for it. And the reason I will probably never go larger than a 10 ounce silver bar, I've talked about it in maybe 3 or 4 videos over the last 2.5 years of stacking here on YouTube. I've talked about it 3 or 4 times, and I've said in every single video that if I stumble upon a larger denomination silver bar, let's just say, I don't know, a 25 ounce bar, or a kilo bar, or a 50 ounce, 100 ounce silver bar, I'm not gonna turn my back on it. If I can get it for close to spot, or potentially under spot, or at spot, or something like that. But it's not really something that I am enthusiastic about. It's not really something that I imagine to be easy to part ways with if, let's just say, the spot price of silver were to double, triple, quadruple. I have a feeling that it might be a little bit difficult to get rid of it if I ever needed to or if I ever wanted to. So I prefer silver in smaller denominations. So really the smallest I'm willing to go is these 1/14 of an ounce silver coins over here, and the largest I'm willing to go is probably a 10 ounce silver bar, unless of course, like I said, I stumble upon a larger denomination silver bar for a really good deal. Then of course I'll go for it. And plus, these are sunshine bars, and this is a sunshine round, and my favorite thing about sunshine is they have this little proof of authenticity security feature right there on the back. So if you have a little decoder lens, you can scan over top of it and it'll say the word valid to prove that it is in fact a real sunshine round or bar. I'll make a separate video about that decoder lens if anybody is interested. Let me know in the comments. Now, moving away from the generic silver, which by the way is how I got started. I really got started with generic silver rounds, and typically the 1 ounce increments. It was probably a 1.5 years later before I started moving up to 5 and 10 ounces. But moving on over to the right, we have some, or 2, Canadian maple leafs that are a little bit different. They don't look like the typical Canadian maple leaf. Where is it? This right here is the maple leaf we are all familiar with. The maple leaf that we all, or for the most part, know and love. Beautiful design. I love anything with nature, and I love anything that's silver, and this just so happens to be both. That's the standard Canadian maple leaf, but these right here, this, first and foremost, is the 25th anniversary Canadian maple leaf. Let me see if I can get that in focus. So, as you can see, it has the big bold 25 over top, and if we were to flip it over, just the queen has a little bit of milk spotting. No big deal. I actually got this by accident. I did not order this coin. The cool thing about it is I picked up some cull maples online, so I didn't know what I was going to get. Maybe I'll get this right here, which is a 2009. Maybe I'll get a cull 14 or 2008 or something like that, and I just happened to get a 2013 maple leaf, and just purely by coincidence, it just happened to be the 25th anniversary maple, which is pretty cool. I like it. And then we also have the 30th anniversary maple, which I did order on purpose. I went out of my way to get this. I paid a slightly higher dollar amount, and that's because it was 2018 at the time when I ordered it, which was really my first year of stacking, so I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was pretty nice to do. Thought it was pretty interesting. Definitely a beautiful design. Has the big bold 30 over top of the maple leaf. I just thought it was pretty cool. So I paid a little bit more over spot than I would have for a regular maple leaf or a cull maple leaf or something like that. So these right here are not typically the type of coins that I would really prefer to stack. Those commemorative special edition coins, rounds, or bars that carry a higher premium are not necessarily a piece of silver that I would really go out of my way to get. I made an exception for the 30th anniversary maple leaf just because I thought it was cool, and also it just so happened to be on sale at the time, so I figured why not make for an interesting video, and that's pretty much that. But when it comes to like the commemorative or the special edition or some type of anniversary coin or rounder bar, it's really not something that I go for. At the end of the day, if I stumble upon it by accident, like I did for this 25th anniversary maple, I'm not going to turn my back. Why is that? Because silver is silver. I got this for the same exact dollar amount as I got this right here. They were both culls. They were both a little bit scratched up, and this one has some milk spots on it, I believe you can see. Let me see if I can get that in focus. I think you could see it like that. So, yeah, it does have some milk spots, but guess what? It's silver. And at the end of the day, silver is silver. Milk spotted silver is still silver. Silver with scratches or cull silver, it's still silver. I'll still stack it. I won't turn my back. Next, I want to talk about, I guess more so collectible coins. I have this one right here, a high premium silver coin. I don't know what's wrong with this camera today. So, this is the Australian $1 4/9 fine tiger and dragon coin. Arguably the most detailed, beautiful coin that I own. I only have one. It was given to me as a present, as were these two right here. It was given to me as a present. I'm grateful, thankful, and appreciative. but it's not necessarily something that I would convert my own dollars into, and the reason for that is only because of the high premium. I don't really go for high premium coins. I appreciate them, I love them, I enjoy looking at them. If they were the same exact dollar amount as anything else that I have here, I would in fact stack it, but it's the premium that turns me off of the coin, or the round or the bar, or whatever it is. So, it was given to me as a gift. I was raised to always be grateful, thankful, and appreciative for gifts, even if you don't like them, which isn't the case for this. I love this coin. But I would not turn my back on it. Number one, because it's a gift, and two, because it's silver. And guess what? Silver is silver. That's the whole point of today's video. Silver is silver. Don't turn your back on silver. Don't be picky when it comes to silver, because silver is silver. And now, last but not least, I want to talk about these couple coins over here. We have the maple leaf. We have the kangaroo. We have the landmarks of Britain, which I realize now I should have got a Britannia instead, but it is what it is. We have a silver eagle. And we have the Australian coin that's in the shape of a bar. This was actually a present as well. This coin, bar, this coin, and these two right here were gifts. So the reason I wanted to talk about these is because I noticed in the comment section of some of my videos, not so much recently, but definitely in the past, I've had a lot of people leave comments on my videos talking about how picky they are when it comes to the coins that they stack, because they absolutely refuse to stack anything with the Queen's face on it. So let me just remove the silver eagle for a second, flip this over. If it's a British coin, if it's an Australian coin, which both of these are, if it's a Canadian coin, they have the Queen's profile on them. I've received comments from people saying that they refuse to stack anything with the Queen's face because they absolutely refuse. They protest the Queen. They will not support the Queen. That's what they tell me. That is something that I personally have never understood. By the way, I can always flip this over because that has the Queen's face on it too. I never understood that mentality because last time I checked, every time you convert your dollars into a piece of silver that has the Queen's face on it, she doesn't get a commission. Not to my understanding, anyway. So, I never have and never will understand how stacking maple leafs or stacking kangaroos or Britannias or anything else is supporting the Queen, as I've been told. I don't believe it's supporting the Queen. I don't understand how it could possibly mean that you are supporting the Queen. I think it's supporting yourself, supporting your future, supporting your finances, supporting your family if you're married with kids or have grandkids. I don't have a wife. I don't have any kids that I know of, so I'm stacking for myself. And I consider any piece of silver that has the Queen's face on it as my way of supporting myself, my future, and my finances. These things right here, I don't see that as supporting the Queen. And as I've been saying since probably mid-2018, it's something that a lot of people find funny, I don't care if it has Rosie O'Donnell's face on it. If it's a low premium piece of silver, I'm going to stack it. Because guess what? Silver is silver. Silver with the Queen's face on it is still silver. Silver with Rosie O'Donnell's face on it is still silver. Silver is silver. So regardless of if it has the Queen's face on it or if it has something else on it, let's just say that none of these have the Queen's face on it. Let's just talk about the other designs. we could tell, well, that's the one we already talked about. If it has the kangaroo, if it has landmarks of Britain, if it has a maple leaf, if it has a dragon, if it has an eagle or the Walking Liberty design, I find them all to be beautiful. I find them all to be works of art, and fortunately, these coins right here carry a relatively low premium. I mean, maybe not so much at the moment because of everything going on in the world, but silver at the end of the day. I don't care if it's an eagle. I don't care if it's a maple. I don't care if it's a Britannia. I don't care if it's a kangaroo, a Libertad, a panda, or something else. Silver is silver, and as long as the premium makes sense to me, I'm going to stack it. Now, I do have a decent selection here in front of me. I have a little bit of everything. I don't want to say that I have everything, but I have a little bit of everything. 40%, 90%, 3 nines fine, 4 nines fine, coins from all different countries, some commemorative, some collectible, some numismatic value coins. It's a decent selection sitting here in front of me. Now, this doesn't necessarily represent my entire stack because for the most part, these are just a couple of good examples of different types of coins, rounds, and bars that I have. For the most part, my stack consists of these right here. The Silver Eagle, for the most part. A beautiful, pure silver, 1 troy ounce silver coin. And it just so happens to be the coin of my country because, like I said, I am fortunate and blessed and lucky enough to be an American. And I'm going to stack the coin of my country as the foundation of my stack. Now, if I lived elsewhere, I'd be stacking the coin of that country. If I lived in Canada, the foundation of my stack would be the maple leaf. If I lived in Australia, I'd be stacking the kangaroo, or I don't know, maybe the koala or something like that. But I'm lucky enough to be an American, so I'm going to stack the American Silver Eagle for the most part. Not only is it the coin of my country, but it just so happens to be the most recognizable pure silver coin on the planet. So it's not just the coin of my country, but I believe it makes the most sense for me to be stacking. Second in command, the second most recognizable silver coin, I would say, is definitely the Canadian maple leaf. So it's also second in command when it comes to my stack. I stack a lot of these. I stack a lot of these as well, but not as many maples as eagles. So for every, I don't have a specific format or way of going about doing this, but let's just say for every, 3 of these, I'll have 1 of these. And that's what I stack for the most part. I'll get a decent amount of these. I'll throw in, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 Canadian maple leafs. And starting in January of 2019, I decided for myself, even though I'm a pure silver type of guy, I love that 3 nines, that 4 nines silver, that low premium government minted coin. I love that stuff. I understand the importance of diversification, and I respect and appreciate the way that 90% silver gives me a way to break an ounce if I ever needed to, as I explained at the beginning of the video. The silver dimes are 1/14 of an ounce of silver. Silver quarters, 1/6 of an ounce of silver. Silver half dollars, 1/3 of an ounce of silver. So starting in 2019, I decided for myself that I'm going to get at least $1 face value of 90% silver with every order of silver that I place online. Or if I go to a coin shop, I'll pick up at least $1 face value of that 90%. So that's pretty much how I've been stacking, and that's kind of what my stack looks like. And I'll admit, it's not the most interesting, it's not the most fun stack, but I'm not necessarily stacking for fun. I do consider it to be fun. I do enjoy stacking, but the primary objective is not necessarily to have fun. It's just to get as much silver as I possibly can for the lowest possible dollar amount. And I do that with silver eagles for the most part, silver eagles, maples, and 90% silver. Now, that I'm trying to get the most bang for my buck, and the premiums on Silver Eagles have been cranked up crazy high right now, I continue stacking 90%. And I'm also stacking some generics, some basic generic secondary market rounds and bars. If I can get some pure silver for a lower premium, because the Silver Eagles right now, spot price is not even 19 bucks. It's like 1875 or 1880, somewhere in that range. And yet the premiums on Eagles on a lot of sites are like $26, $27, $28. I'm personally not comfortable with that, especially when I can get the same exact amount of silver, a troy ounce, for, instead of around the $27 mark, I can get it for 23, 22, 23 bucks. Maybe lower. For example, this half ounce silver round right here, I got it for $10.01. Granted, it's a half ounce, but if you were to do some simple math, that would have been $20.02. That's pretty good, considering the spot price is in between $18 and $19. That's a very low premium. I consider that to be a steal. And these 90% silver dimes, quarters, and half dollars that I stack, I usually can get $1 face value for somewhere between $15 and $20. I try to get it as close to 15 as possible, preferably lower, but you're going to have a hard time finding that unless you're getting it from a coin shop or something like that. But I live in New Jersey, and everything has been closed. They just opened up barber shops like last week. So if you think that I have access to a coin shop, you're kidding yourself. But for the most part, that's what I stack. And I thought it would be kind of interesting to make a video today talking about a little bit of everything. Now, there's going to be someone out there, but
Like, oh, he's not showing everything. There's no libertads in there.
just some examples of some different types of pieces of silver. Some 40% over here on the left, some 90%, some with numismatic value, some generic silver, some collectible silver, some commemorative silver, and then just some silver coins from different countries. So I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to the different types of silver, because I'm curious. Is there any type of silver that you absolutely refuse to stack? For me personally, it's really anything with a high premium. There's nothing that I'm going to be picky about. I'm only picky when it comes to the premium. If it's, let's just say, a collectible coin, maybe with a low mintage and spot price is only 18, 19 bucks right now, but that piece of silver is like $38. I'm not going to stack it. I don't really care about the collector value. I don't really care about that. I'm just trying to get as much silver as I possibly can. And I think that's pretty obvious when I say that for the most part. I stack the same exact coin every single time for the most part, with some maple leafs as well. So it's a whole bunch of eagles, a whole bunch of maples, and a whole bunch of 90%. And for the most part, that's all I really stack. Occasionally, I'll get a larger denomination piece of silver, but I'm pretty simple. I'm a simple guy with a simple stack. I enjoy and appreciate simplicity, and that's what makes the most sense for me. What makes sense to me might not make sense for you. Maybe you couldn't give a crap less about stacking for weight. Maybe you're not stacking for that reason. Maybe you're just a coin collector. So getting tubes upon tubes upon tubes filled with silver eagles with the same exact design, maybe that doesn't do anything for you. Maybe you're stacking for a completely different reason. At the end of the day, we're all stacking for different reasons. If you talk to 10 different people, you're going to get 10 different answers. But at the end of the day, there's only one thing left, and we can all agree on it. There's not a single person in the world who can argue with me on this, and if they argue, they're just wrong, because at the end of the day, silver is silver. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button. If you guys like me, make sure to subscribe. New videos every single day, 365 days a year. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there. Go check it out. The link will be in the description. Trying really hard to hit 1,000 subscribers, and we're getting really close, so help us out. And if you want to help support the channel in the biggest possible way, please consider getting yourself some DYDSS merchandise. Of course, we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies, which are up for grabs, along with a ton of other products, t-shirts, hoodies, even stickers, many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations. And of course, the brand new Major Cheeseball t-shirt, hoodie, sticker, and coffee mug, because evidently, if you carry a silver coin with you in your pocket, apparently that makes you a Major Cheeseball. I embrace it, and I hope you do too. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. And once again, I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to silver being silver, as simple as that is. That's what it comes down to. Is there any type of silver that you absolutely refuse to stack? Is it that high premium silver? Is it that 40% silver? Maybe you actually care about the purity. I personally do care about purity, but at the end of the day, silver is silver. I'm still gonna stack it. Maybe you refuse to stack generics because you prefer coins. Maybe you prefer coins but refuse to stack something with the queen's face on it. If there's anything that you're picky about, let me know in the comments. And also, keep in mind, silver, silver. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.